In this next video, we're going to do cap, rotor, spark plug wires, and spark plugs. Okay, I like to start at the top and go down. Other people like to do the other way, but first thing you have to do, this plate is held on by 2 screws. Pop that plate off, and then what you want to do is make sure you know exactly where your spark plug wires are going. The cool part about this car, which I didn't know about, it has these little tags on each wire. I guess you can get them at auto parts stores. But that will make sure you put all the plug wires back in the right spot. So next is we've got to pop off all the spark plug wires, take the coil off, and then take the cap off. Alright, we got the cap off. You can see in there, there's all kind of little burnt marks and wear marks. Problem is electricity jumps from the rotor to the cap every time a cylinder fires, and you can tell this one's been in there for a while and need replaced. You look at the top terminals, there's a few that just don't really look that good. I don't know how long it's been since this car's had a tune-up, but if you look at the ends of the spark plug wires, they're not really looking that good. There's a lot of wear in here on the rotor, so that can be taken off. A really good tip when you're doing this is this cap is held on by screws all the way around. Here are the screws, and it's really easy to lose one down on top of your intake. So if you have one of these, a little magnet tool, if you lose one, which I did while I was taking this cap off, put the tool down in there, grab your screw, and keep on going. So let's take the top off, or the cap off. See what's under that. All right. Yep, that's overdue. Look at that tip. Let's get to focus. It won't focus. There you go. Okay, see, just totally worn, ready to be replaced. And while you're in here, you can check on the top of your distributor. This doesn't really have weights like the old school ones do, the ones I'm used to. You just check if those weights are free for the advanced. This one's electronic, I believe, not vacuum. So, just you can inspect in there, make sure there's nothing burnt, nothing really dirty. And replacement is opposite of removal. Just put the new stuff on and go for it. One thing that you do need to do is take the coil, the ignition coil off of this one and put in this one. Believe it or not, the ignition coils don't really go bad that often. It doesn't really make sense to replace unless you know it's bad. And it's just a direct fit. Make sure when you do it, you use these parts that came with it that go underneath the coil. They make contact right here on the rotor. But yeah, the installation is just the same, so I'll make another video once it's all together. Okay, we have the old one apart, and we're about to put the coil back in the inside the cap. And so the first step is this little nubbin. I believe it's called a carbon brush. It goes down in here first. I want to show you the old one. Let's get it out. This stuff really is not that expensive and easy to replace. So you look at the old one, you can totally see, look at the focus. You can see that flat spot. It's not supposed to have that. You can tell it's just really worn out. One thing to remember to do is to take this grease, and you have to grease up this rubber part. Ta-da! And that's it, all greased up. So I believe it's just dielectric grease. I think it just creates a little better seal between there. And then you have to, before I forget to tell you, see this? You have to pull this metal piece out of your old cap, put it in the new one. Then next, wires. Let's go back down in there. and then you throw in your 4 bolts on each corner, and then put the cover back on, and then that's the coil inside the cab.